Alrighty, guys. So welcome to Work It Wednesday. I am super excited to be here with you guys. I'm gonna just be real and let you know we were supposed to have a guest speaker today that didn't pan out. So Lucy was gonna be a little late. She's with her daughter at an event and she's coming. I think she's coming home a little late. So what I want to do first and foremost, we're going to do things a little backwards. But before I go into, and then Lucy is, depending on what time she jumps on, she's going to kind of give a little story or rundown of kind of some things that she wanted to share. But what I want to do right now is so I'm going to ask you a question, and I want whoever is on, and I know maybe not everybody is able to chime in or get on, but I want whoever is on, maybe we'll take 3 or 4 questions and we'll kind of have it like a round table open forum. If there is like a burning question or there's something that you had a really, really good win or experience with, maybe you did amazing and you feel that you want to share that with us so that other people can take that and use it, or maybe you're struggling with something and you kind of want to ask the question. Doesn't matter what it's about, there's not any specific topic, but I think a lot of the times we get on these calls, and yes, of course, we always want to give you content. We always want to train with you. But right now, I'm going to be totally honest, and I can only speak for my team, my group. I totally understand that many of us in our business are in our businesses, and we are at on our different journey, right? Some of us are new, some of us have been seasoned consultants, some of us have been here forever, some of us have had real quick success. However, some of us have, had a slow, steady pace of success, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to be really honest with you, and I know no other way but to be transparent. And my thing, and the thing with this is that I want you to understand that if you guys don't communicate with us, we don't know what it is that you're struggling with, what it is that you're concerned about. We don't know your problems with your business, if you don't voice that to us. So I'm going to open it up now for anyone that has a win or something that they're struggling with. And there's 27 people on, 28 actually. So I hope somebody steps out and doesn't just stay quiet, because that's not how we learn. That's not how we help each other out. That's not how we roll. So I hope that somebody has a win or something they're struggling with.
Hey, Jessica, I have a win.
Go ahead. Who's this, Vanessa?
Yes.
Go ahead, girlie. I hear you.
So I just want to say that lately, just jumping on these Zoom calls with you, and just I know I did the Monday trainings too. I was on top of that. I have a notebook full of notes, you guys, like full of notes. I come home from work to work, and that's what I love to do. And it has helped me so much with my business. It's not even funny. And Jessica, you can probably see I've been booming with my business like a lot. And it has to do with all these Zoom calls and all these training that you guys are giving your time for us. And we've been learning so much. And one of my winning has been joining the warmer of the month. I was only doing the scent of the month. So now that I'm doing the warmer of the month, I showed it live and boom, I was just getting sales left and right. The other thing that I wasn't doing that I'm doing now is also the mailers. Like, I didn't know how easy that was. And just, it takes time. It's kind of tedious, but if you want the sales, you put in and you're going to get the sales. And that has been a tremendous, also, like, my sales have been booming with the mailers, with getting the warmer of the month. I just literally got a package today. I've never seen a Scentsy box so big with orders, and I kid you not, there's 10 warmers of the month in there from last month, and it's just amazing. So I'm pretty excited about that. I come home and I tell my husband almost every single day, babe, I got an order. He's like, well, look at you go. Like, I am super excited, and I want to say that every day. And you guys, I can say it today because I did get an order. I got an order. So that's what I focus on. And I keep a journal and I write down my little goals for the week. I do try to hit 500 in sales by the 15th. I learned that on a Zoom call too. So thank you guys. But this is all about winning for me. So Jessica, thank you for letting me speak and just speak a little bit on that. Thanks.
Love it. Okay, Vanessa, really quick. Tell me how long you've been a consultant.
Okay, so I was a consultant back in 2015, but then I dropped out because it was just not working for me. And then I joined back recently.
Okay, so I knew that, but I wanted you guys to know that. So I just want to say, yes, they're in my car. I'll go over there later. What I just want to say that with Vanessa, that right there is like proof that when you connect and you stay connected to these calls, guys, like literally, I can't, like, I'm so excited for her because I know how she left and she hadn't done those things in her business. It was a struggle for her to stay active. And now she's like booming $500 by the 15th. Like, that's what leaders do. And so I'm super excited that was an amazing win. So she knows that she's actually in a Marco Polo group that we have for Essential to Certified Consultants. And we check in there every so often. And she is one of the ones that's most active in there. And it shows. So great job, Vanessa. Struggle, a win or a struggle that you want to share.
I have a win for the month.
Go ahead. Who's this?
Krysti,
go ahead.
So I actually joined in July. I did real good that month. In August, I struggled, almost to the point where I was like ready to give up. I just couldn't get the sales. I wasn't even sure what to do. I have been on every call since joining, or I want to say probably since the beginning of August. I put systems into place. I figured out how to flip a host and make them into a consultant. I got 2 more this month. And presently I'm sitting at $33.50, I think, for the month, with 2 more orders about to go in. So for me, that's a win. I do put probably 20 to 25 hours in over my 8 to 5 job and dealing with my kids, but it's paying off for me. It's not a job when you enjoy doing it. So, it's my escape for my kids, and it's amazing. I'm quite blown away by myself, if we're being honest.
That is amazing. And I see it. And Krysti's not even on my team, but we're Facebook friends. And I see her. I see her. Like, y'all don't even understand how much I stalk y'all's Facebooks. Like, even if you ain't on my team, even if you're on Lucy's team and I see you showing up, because my motto is like, I just feel like we're all one team. And I see you, girl. You're doing amazing things. So keep doing what you're doing. Guys, and again, if you hear a common thread, they're connected. When you're not connected, it's hard. I couldn't do this by myself. Okay, anybody else? Win, struggle?
Me.
Who's this? Go ahead.
Jannica. So my most recent win just spoke to us. Okay. This girl, y'all. Okay. So listen, I did not always get on these calls. I've been a consultant for 3 years. Within the past 7 months, I have really started getting on these calls and listening to trainings and figuring out how to be a leader and how to do all this stuff. Right. So one thing that I could not fully understand and like what to do on was flipping a host. Like I was so concerned about it. I've told Jessica this, I've told Lucy, like everybody, to the point where the first time I ever tried to do it, I was very confused, and it was trying to flip all of my PRV to her, and it was a month that I needed it. And I was like, oh. So Krysti has now come into my team and took over the reins on that. She is my trainer on how to flip a host, and not just my team, for me. She's trained me how to flip a host. She's taught me that I don't have to flip my PRV to them. She has fully taken over the reins to the point where she has now made us like a Google form on teaching us how to do that. She's done a live about it. Again, like she said, she's got over 3,500 PRV right now. Like she didn't mention this, but she is up to hit Superstar. Her sponsor just hit Superstar, and she's actually right behind her. So she's got about 14,000, maybe less now, and 2 orders to put in to hit Superstar. So she didn't mention that, but I wanted to. So that's my win. Great job.
Yay. Super, super, super amazing. I love y'all. Y'all are just, y'all, and you guys inspire me so much, even not even being on my team. I'm just saying, anybody else win a struggle? I'm gonna just shout her out right now. Amanda Luna's on the call. She hit certified today. Great job, girlie. And she got a new recruit. So we're working on lead. Who else? I just seen was where is she at? I don't know if she was, I thought Alba, where is she at? Is she on here? She just hit certified today too. So I know even if y'all don't come on here, I'm gonna share y'all's win. Anybody else? Yay. I'm not trying to scroll through. Okay, I have my girl Norma hit certified today. Yay, Blanca said. Way to go, Norma. I don't know your last name, girlie, but if you are on or you watch the recorded, congrats.
I need to give a shout out to my girl Eileen Perales. She hit certified today too. Yeah. And she's reinstatement, so I'm excited for her.
That's even more of a win. Way to go.
Janet.
Yes.
It's Marissa. Tell everybody how she got reinstated. What were you doing when she reinstated?
I was on a call.
Yes.
And we all were talking about, making sure we told people and we reached out and stuff like that. And so I decided right then and there to post it on my Facebook VIP page, and she commented and reached out to me that very same, like within minutes.
Yep. So that connector is, she was on a call.
Yes.
There you go.
Way
to go.
So true. And Janet, you just said lead?
Yes.
Yes, that's a win, girl.
I shout out Vanessa for hitting star. I don't know how long. I don't know what was said. So Vanessa hit star. She's been in Scentsy for 10 years on and off. So she's never given up. I'm super proud of her. I have another frontline, Adriana, who is working on hitting star as well. And again, these team members have been with me for years, again, on and off, but this time around, they have been going and doing all the right things and number one, they've been on every call. That is number one. And not only have they been on the call, because you could join the call and not take nothing from it if you're not paying attention. So they're getting on the calls and they're taking action on what was shared on the cause. So even if it's just one thing at a time, it's all it takes. So that is why they are promoting. So I am so happy for them.
Yay. Let's see. So before I just told them we're gonna kind of do it a little backwards, Lucy, and just kind of instead of questions at the end, if anybody had a win or they had a struggle, a win or a struggle, to share it and kind of how they got that win or why they feel like they're struggling. We've had some really good ones. So anybody else want to share a win or a struggle before we get started? And we ain't got no time limit, so just feel free.
I do have one. I have one more too.
Go ahead. Who's that?
Krysti again.
Go ahead, girl.
So we were just talking about how somebody flipped someone based on our last Zoom call when we were talking about the, unlocking the kits and stuff. I will say I was closing a party that night anyhow. I reached out to somebody that I thought would be great at it, who could definitely use the extra income, use the family that Scentsy is. So in the middle of that call, I wrote her a message and I let her know what was going on, gave my host credit up totally so that she could get her kit for free. She joined and she was with us, I want to say maybe 5 days, and she hit shooting star.
When?
So she is one of my 2 that I flipped last week.
Way to freaking go. Great job. And I know you've been working that flip, girl. Way to go. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to the chat because I know some of you can't, like Jannica. Jannica said we are also might have our first month as a 30K team. And if you guys don't know, 30K GWV means you're hitting star director numbers, and it's just a matter of time. I've been telling her that. Amazing job, guys. And let's see. So Shannon said, a win and a struggle. I struggle with my kids and my job, pushing posts and stuff. Her win is every time she goes live, she gets an order, and her first party will close by the end of the month at 1,000. Girl, that is like a 3 times win. Wow. And I would say, I don't know how new you are, I don't know how long you've been here, but if I were to say or give any advice on the part with struggling with your kids and your job, I think that's always going to be a struggle. I struggle with that day in and day out, but the best thing that I can tell you is get with someone, get with your sponsor, get with your director to help you with systems. When you have something more systematic, it helps for you to work your business and not feel so overwhelmed. And so like, I'm always spinning my wheels and running, because believe me, I was there a whole lot. Marissa, I love that Krysti joined the family at Scentsy. Yay. I got
a win.
Go ahead. Who's that?
Deborah.
Go ahead.
So after watching you guys last week, talking about the samples and being intentional and everything like that, like this weekend, I posted it on the group thing. My son helped me make little samples, and I was like super intentional this week by passing it out to certain coworkers that I knew have bought it before and want to get the new scent. And everybody's already loving it, and everybody's they can't wait till it comes out, because they're like, I want it when it comes out. So it was like really positive, and it was fun to do those samples with my son too.
Awesome. Involve your family, because I think when you do that you end up staying and become a consultant longer. Like when your family's rolling with you, like that's good. Let's see.
I wanted to say to Shannon, this is Jannica again. So you said that you're struggling with your kids and making time. So I just want to tell you that I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I still struggle with time management and figuring out how to be the best Scentsy consultant I can be, and also be the best mom that I can be. So don't feel alone on that. And it isn't just a working mom thing. Like, a stay-at-home mom still go through the same thing. So just know that we're here for you, and you're still a great mom. And you're just trying to earn your money and do things for yourself with Scentsy and be a mom. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, we all go through the same things no matter where we're at. So don't think that just because you're working and doing Scentsy that you're whatever. Like, it's everybody. It's me too. So just know that.
Yes, ma'am. Blanca said her win is I have been making videos on TikTok and it has brought in a few orders on the cleaning products. Yo, if y'all don't follow Blanca, I love her videos, dude. I'm like, I keep on looking and looking and looking at them over and over. Like, yeah, y'all need to follow that girl.
Blanca, I need you to get real good at TikTok so you can do a training on TikTok.
That's what I told her.
I'm working on my transitions right now.
Oh, go girl.
I saw a really cool one that I actually was gonna bring up to y'all, but I gotta watch it a few times.
I'll be like, how y'all do that? I want to do that. I want to do that.
Okay, so Kim said launching her new recruits and doing more training has been a game changer for her. So that is a win. Yes, I have definitely seen and heard that. Great job, Kim. Okay, Kaylee says she has a struggle. Girl, tell us your struggle.
Okay, so my struggle has been past 2 days, ever since the NFL warmers like dropped, people have been telling me like that I guess this is a question too, but they're like, give me your link so I can do it, and I've given it to 4 people within these past 2 days, and like I don't know if it's because of the price or like what. I tell them if you have any questions, ask me. Like I literally give them everything that they need to go onto my link and whatnot, and none of them have placed an order, and I'm just like, what's going on? You guys asked me for it and you want the product, but you're not buying it. So like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should follow back up with them because am I following up? See, I have with 2 people, but these 2 people have in the past told me that they wanted to purchase something like a long time ago and they still haven't. And they say that it's like money wise. And then I'm like, okay, I understand, and then I tell them about like hosting a party and stuff. And they're like, no, I don't want to do that. So it's like really confusing on my part because they're like getting me really excited that they want my link and that they want to shop, but they don't do anything. And that's 4 orders that people just don't want, I guess. I don't know. Like, why are you asking me for my link if you're not going to get anything? I don't know. Like, I don't want to be selfish in that way, but kind of I'm like, well, you're getting my hopes up, so why don't you do something? I don't know.
Let me ask you this. So why don't you get their order instead of giving?
So I have asked 3 of them if me getting their order works better for them than rather than them shopping on my link. And they're like, no, it's okay, I'll do it. And so I'm just like, okay, well, I have what they want written down. Like they've told me what they wanted already. And like this one lady, she's like been telling me since July that she's going to order, but she doesn't have like Venmo, PayPal, nothing. And I'm like, I don't know really what to do when it comes to that.
I was going to say exactly what Kim said. So first of all, it could be a payday issue. That's, as time goes on, you kind of learn your customers' paydays. I know that sounds bad, but you do. And you kind of know when they're going to do it. But I tell you guys, and I mean it when I say, don't give the option for anything but a bulk order. That's how I work. If they tell me they want something, I say, okay, well, here's your total. What's your email? There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I think that you would benefit a lot more from doing more of the bulk order situation and getting stuff up to 500, because you would get a lot more free stuff for yourself as well. The shipping cost just seems to scare people off. So make it less of an option, more of an intentional, like, okay, here we go then, because then they're like, oh, okay, or that's the way that I work. So I would try to go that route maybe next time. You've already offered the link, you've already kind of done it that way. And I would follow back up, like Kim said, it could be a a payday. You never know what people have going on. And sometimes, you do want something, but you're not able to buy it then. I mean, we all go through that.
Yeah,
I would,
no, I definitely understand that. It's just like with this one lady, she's been telling me since July that she wants to order something for her daughter for her
tell her to
birthday.
bring you cash. Tell her to bring you cash.
She lives
Literally,
in
I
Mount
take
Pleasant.
cash. I take checks. Oh, mail me a check. Mail me a cashier's check. I'm that way. Like, I'll take
Okay.
any form of payment. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
I'll
care. I'll
I'll
take
probably
it.
follow up with her and ask her, because that was this morning when she asked for my link, and
Yeah.
I told her I can take her order for her if she wanted me to, or she could do it herself. And she was like, well, she doesn't have any way to like give me the payment. And she's like, I'll drive to you. I should have taken that.
I will take payment in
That's
any
like
form or
45 minutes
fashion.
away.
You can also take their, if they feel comfortable with it, you can also take their card information and enter their card as an additional payment. So never forget that as well,
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask something? Have you sent her any samples?
Yes. So I actually talked to Jannica about this. I send out Happy Mail and stuff, and she's one of the ones that wanted it but would not buy it. And so I was like, do I continue to send it to her? Because I don't know, I'm sending it out for free, and so like I'm not charging shipping or anything. I just do it myself. And I've given it to her twice already, and she has not like she told me she loves the smells and like loves everything that I sent her, but she just, I don't know.
Jessica
Maybe
or
she
Lucy,
forgets.
comment on that, on the Happy Mail and not ordering. One of y'all comment on that, because I told her I didn't know.
So I wanted to comment on the first thing. So let me just say this, because I want you to change your mindset that that's not a struggle for you, because you're doing everything you're supposed to do. That
Mhm.
falls back on the customer. I have customers all the time that will tell me 1,000 times they're going to buy something. But one of the things you could do, just like I'm my way is just like Janica's. And especially now that we have the option to go into our workstation and place the order, even though they still have to pay shipping, but they don't have to do it on the website. You can do it easier for them through the workstation. So that's exactly what I do. I'm like, girl, you're gonna totally love this. This is, okay. I don't really send people to my website a lot unless it's a party and the link is there. Then I do that. And even then in the party, I'll tell them, if you want me to make it 10 times easier for you, send me your order. And I used to put it in through the website. Now that we can do it through the workstation and it still goes towards the party, if you guys didn't know that, that just launched 2 days ago or yesterday. It makes it easier for you to be able to do that. But that's exactly what I do. I'm like, girl, your total is $48.71. How do you want to send that to me? Zelle, Venmo, or PayPal? Like, don't give them an option. This is what it is. This is how much it is. And I'll be totally honest with you. You a lot of us get caught up on the shipping, but you have to understand right now, almost everywhere that you're buying a product like that, unless it's off of Amazon, and you can't get our stuff off of Amazon. So you're paying shipping. You know what I mean? So, just don't discount yourself like that. And just know, as long as you're following up and you're giving them options, you're doing everything you are supposed to as a great consultant. The rest of it falls back on them. It goes into the situation the same way that I've explained to you or to everybody before about the pouring coffee, right? You go into a restaurant, the waitress is going to offer you coffee. It doesn't matter what, if you say yes, no, later, maybe, she's going to continue offering it, and you're doing exactly what you're supposed to. So don't discount yourself. But yes, just maybe, if you're not already giving them an option, if they want to drive to you, I hardly will never do. I always like, oh, well, if you ain't got no credit card, then probably ain't supposed to be my customer. So maybe we just, I don't know if you want to send it through the mail. I don't know what else to tell you. That sounds more like a problem on her end. And on the Happy Mail, I only send Happy Mail to anybody that places an order online, right? If I get a order that is, through a party, or I'm packaging it up, I'll put their Happy Mail in there because I'm not going to mail them anything. However, what I have started to do is anybody that purchased, and again, this is all going to depend on your cost and what you're willing to do, where you're at in your business. But I've started 2 months ago to do a 3-month mailer, and I'll do it flat mail, and it is literally the scent of the month, and it is the product sheet. Now on that third one, if they haven't purchased, I'm going to kindly put a note in there. This will be your last month to receive happy mail from me. If you want to continue getting that, let me know how I can help you place your order. But after that, I don't, because again, you're going to find those people that are going to want you just to send, they're going to want you just to send them free samples all day. And we ain't doing that.
Yeah, I was telling Jannica, my cousin actually, she was like, my husband's not going to let me buy anything, but I'll take all the samples in the world. And I was like, no.
Kaylee is a soft heart too. Like that's another thing. Like me and you, Jessica, are very aggressive. Like I said, like we don't take no for an answer necessarily. Kaylee is the polar opposite of that. She's just a soft, kind human. So she has a hard time with that. And the happy mail, she's doing that right now because she's trying to get more customers. But if people are just taking it from her and taking it from her and taking it from her and not ordering, I've told her to stop doing it. But then again, I don't know, because they may place a giant order one day, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I actually have, I never sent my cousin any more happy mail because she's like, me. And I'm like, especially if your husband's not, her husband won't even let her, have a party. Like she doesn't want to do a party for half off and free. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But like I stopped sending people that haven't bought anything from me. And everyone that has bought something from me, I still send it to them. It's just once a month. So I'm just like, okay, but that's for everyone who has placed an order. But I fell off the map with my cousin. I didn't tell her.
But yeah, that's my advice. I mean, I think you're doing everything you're supposed to. It a lot of things falls back on them. Marissa did a training last week, I think. Yes, Amanda, I did not upload that to YouTube. My computer's been having issues, but I will get the Zoom link and I'll share that. And there's a couple other videos that I can share. And even if you go into our team page, if you go in the search bar, and you do happy mail, there should be some lives in there that I did also on that. Okay, guys.
I got a win.
Go ahead.
Can I
Who's
go?
that?
It's me, Lupe.
Go ahead, girl.
So, okay, so we're on promotion watch for Lindsay. So she should be hitting Star Consultant. Woo-woo. She's, I think, $113 away from hitting Star.
Oh, wow.
So that's a win. And then I would say my only loss, I think I would say, is when I don't tune in, because no matter how bad you think that you don't need the meeting or you don't need the Wednesday night or Monday night calls, you need them. And it's like your hump to go over through the week. So just know when you don't listen to them and you don't feel like you need them or you don't feel like listening to them, it's going to hurt you that week. Like you're going to struggle. So just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Man, preach, girl. That is so true. I tell everybody, it's either you need the meeting or the meeting needs you. One of the two. And yes, facts. Anybody else? I
think I have a win.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have been really active. Like I figured I would save some shipping costs if I get everybody in my neighborhood hooked up with Scentsy. So I made a ton of samples, and I had posted on my neighborhood Facebook group about me being a consultant, and if anybody needed, samples, I could drop them off. Some people liked it. And then I also told them about my VIP page if they wanted to join. One lady in particular, she joined the group, and when I reached out to her, telling her that I was going to be submitting an order and if she would like anything, she said she was going to pass. So I I had kind of stalked her on my neighborhood Facebook group, and I saw that she lived on this one street, but I didn't know her address. So I made a whole bunch of samples and just dropped them off on every house on that street. So I think it was about 40 samples. And I dropped them off on the front door. And she messaged me and she said, "Oh my gosh, thank you for my samples." And she placed a, I think, $70 order, which brought me to my lead title today. So now I have a new customer.
Oh, wow. That's a massive action. I'm just saying, like, that's making things happen.
So there you go. That's my win.
Nice. I love that. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Lucy, you on here? Looks, I don't see you. Or am I tripping?
Well, hello there, ladies. Hey, Jessica.
Hey.
I haven't been on since it's been a while for me. I kind of fell off the boat 2 months ago, and I still can't catch my groove to get back on. But life has been happening. My son was in a traffic accident, the football game Friday night. And I've been just trying to struggle to get back on. My team hasn't done much. I don't know what I can do to actually, I mean, I've always been up there on sales, $1,000 in 1 month. It's been 2 months and I can't even get a $50 sale. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get back on. I'm on live, I'm on the Zoom, and I'm like, okay, what can I do? Mailing for me, it's like I mail out, get no return. Everybody wants freebies, and I'm like, okay, where's the order you said you were going to place? And I'm like, hey, what is it that I have to do now? So I fixed a wall for live virtual videos. I'm going to give it a try, maybe Thursday. Friday's my last day to place my order. I don't want for Scentsy to close my account since I'm a lead. I've got teams behind me. I got a team of 9. I maybe got like 3 active. Everybody has life happened. And it's like if our town is cursed because everybody's going through a mental health, COVID, school issue here in Farfurias. And I'm like, oh my God, girls, we can't get together. We have Zoom, one gets on, one gets off. I'm like, okay, what is it that I have to do to get back on this boat of Scentsy to keep rolling? And I just can't find it, Jess. Like, I don't know. What is it that I have to do? I have my group and it just does not fit in life at this time, and I get no response.
Okay. So hold on, because I feel like I don't know why I feel like it's lagging. Are you guys seeing it lag? Like I heard Jessica, but then I feel like I'm even stopping. Are y'all seeing that? Okay. So I don't know what's going on, but let me just say this. Can't talk live, but I sent Halloween bingo cards to my VIPs, did a live bingo game last night, and also showed holiday warmers and received 2 $60 orders. Another person is placing an order Friday. Amazing job, Bobby. You be killing it. Bobby be doing the thing with them videos, y'all. I'm just saying. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to say, guys, I love, I don't know what is going on. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to say, but thank you all for sharing, because I think it is super important for us, not for you guys, not only to hear from us, but to, let me see, but to also hear from other consultants, from your fellow peers, that team members that are out here making things happen. Because just like just talked about, you know, things get hard sometimes. Life happens. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm just going to tell you, Jess, your win for today with everything that's been happening, and I see it. I even told you the other day I was praying for your son, is sometimes today is the day that you needed the meeting. You know what I mean? Whether you go out and sell anything, I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say. I don't even care about Scentsy at this point right now, but this is like, I was telling the girls earlier that I really, really felt like a lot of my team needed to hear some things like this. And it's not even about you going and selling, because I could care less. First, I care about you as a human, and I care about you first and foremost. And there's so much going on in the world that is just absolutely insane. And then when your family also is having a tragedy or anything like that, like your mind is not there. Okay. And I totally understand. So I kind of felt that we needed a little, not how to, right? I wanted you guys to hear other people that are in the trenches with you, that are making it happen, that are pushing through whatever is happening, and life, problems and tragedies, and the world is just crazy right now. Like, besides Scentsy, besides even our personal life. But so I'm taking a course right now that is very intense. And the first big thing, the training that I had to go through, was literally so eye-opening and life-changing for me that we're not going to be able to go over the whole training today, but I wanted just to touch a few things because I think it's super important. And there's 34 people on here, and even if 10 of you understand a piece of this, then that it was worth us getting on the call tonight. So everybody that you heard, there's people that have came in, done great things, they fell off. So you're never susceptible or invisible to what is going to happen with life. There goes Lucy. I was like, where did she go? I was calling her. She's joining again. You're never going to be invisible or not even invisible. You're never going to not have life happen. Life is going to happen, guys. Life is going to happen, and it's hell when those big life-changing things happen to you. Okay. And believe you, I've been there. I have, and I've struggled. But I and Lucy always have told you guys, if we can share something with you to help you, whether it be with Scentsy or whether it be in life, is that one thing can hold true, is that even though I may step down, I may step back, I get it, life happens, you're gonna have ups, you're gonna have downs, but I'm not going anywhere. And your business, the great thing about this business is that if you need to step back a little bit, but don't quit, don't leave, don't stop, that's when you fail. But I want to I just want to feed into you guys a little bit, because I want you to understand, like, it is one of the busiest times of the season, but life is not normal right now, not for any of us. Life hasn't been normal all of 2020 for anybody, whether you were booming and whether, things are different. They're different, whether you want to accept it or you don't. But I want to explain something, that everything we do fuels from what we think up here. Every single thing that we do, and we always have a choice. Always have a choice. Always. You are never, unless somebody, ties you up and makes you do something, you always got a choice. Always. When life hits you, when life stumbles and it's kicking you to the ground, you got a choice. You got a choice to sit there and take it. But then you also got a choice to dust yourself off and know who you are, get up and go again. Right? We all have a choice, every single one of us. But I want you to understand something, is that sometimes, whether you realize it or you don't, your external results have always and will always be a reflection of what is inside. Not what's happening to you, but what is inside, right? What's going inside your head. I love this quote that the training I'm going to, I circled it. It says, there can be no significant change in the world unless we first have the courage to change ourselves. In order to change ourselves, we must first believe that we can. Period. End of story. If you would have told me 10 years ago, 9 years ago, almost 10, that the biggest struggle in this business was going to be yourself, your mind, your belief system, I would have told you you're crazy. The biggest struggle is going to be, I need more customers. No, that's not the thing. That's not the thing. Because somebody can tell you, or you could be struggling today, but I'm going to tell you something. If you change what's in here, You could sell $1,000 tomorrow if you wanted to. But it all starts with what you think and what you believe about what is inside, about who you are. Can't nobody tell me I ain't gonna sell $2,500 a month. I mean, unless I'm in a hospital bed, but Jessica's gonna go hard because I have done it the past 5 months when I never did it before. But guess what? You know what I did? I flipped that switch in my mind to tell myself, hell no, if everybody else is out there doing it, why can't I do it? They ain't no different than me. When you believe that hard in who you are in yourself first, because we can believe it for you all day. We can tell you how freaking amazing you are. We can give you every tool in the book. We can lay you out the structure. We can give you the plan. We can give you everything. But if you do not believe it inside and you're not going to make it happen. I don't care what happens, what anybody gives you. You have got to believe that you can make whatever you want happen in this business. The number one thing that's going to determine your future success or your failure is the story you tell yourself about if it is going to happen or if it is not. Whatever story you are telling yourself in your mind right now is the one that's playing out. Because I'm going to tell you, 8 years, I told myself, I ain't a seller. I'm not a top seller. I'm not a 2K'er. That ain't me. I'm not a seller. I can recruit all day. I can build a team, but I'm no seller. Guess what? January 2020, when I told myself, stop with the BS. If somebody else can do it, why can't you? And guess what? I will toot my horn all day because it took me 9 years to say that I could be a 25+K seller. And I'm doing it, y'all. The person that swore I could never sell $2,000 in 9 years, I probably sold $2,000 a month twice, if that. It's all what you tell yourself up here, okay? You have to learn that if that story is not feeding you and it's not serving you, you got to start telling yourself a different story, whether you believe it or you don't. If you start telling yourself that, you're going to eventually, subconsciously, you're going to play that story out. But if you keep on telling yourself, I can't sell 2,000, I can't get up and do this, I can't do that, guess what? It's going to continue not happening. It's going to continue not happening. Like, I get it. I have days that I'm just like, oh, like, why isn't this happening? Why isn't it? Like, I want this to happen, but I start going into this pity party and I do all of this. But then the real part, when you know you're growing, is when you say, all right, Jessica, you tripping. Like, okay, I'm going to let you bask. I'm going to let you cry. I'm going to let you get your frustration out. I'm going to let you tell yourself all those lies that you're telling yourself, because that is not the story you should be telling yourself. And then I check myself real quick. Like, you're tripping. Check yourself. And then go regroup and move it forward. Change the story. Nobody is going to come and save you. Nobody can change your story. Nobody can change what you got up here but you. You can't. And guess what? It's okay to feel that way. It's okay. Life is going to happen. Things are going to happen, guys. And it is. Sometimes it will tear you down till you feel like you can't go no more. Believe you me, I done been there multiple times. But that is what's the difference between someone who is successful and someone who chooses to fail. Because we don't just, you know what? And I truly believe this. When you change your mindset, yeah, I may fail. I may not reach my goal. I may not recruit 1 or 2 people for the month. But guess what? It's not a failure in my book. It's a learning experience. When you change that mindset, you can say, you know what? Maybe I didn't reach my goal. Maybe I didn't do what I set myself or planned to do, but that's okay. I'm going to get up and I'm going to keep it moving and I'm going to move it forward. Now, when you say and you accept, because you make that choice, that you know what? I can't do it. I'm done. I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to do that. Is when you fail. But the story you tell yourself, and guys, it took a lot for me to get to where I'm at right now, mindset wise. Okay. And this is the thing. The thing is that your past circumstances or your current circumstances should not be the reason why you tell yourself that you can't do something. I don't care if you had a flipped upside down life. I don't care if you didn't graduate. I don't care if you did things that are so bad to tell that you couldn't tell them today. I don't care what you did yesterday, last year, 3 years ago, 10 years ago. Today is a new day. And if you decide that you're going to tell yourself a different story tomorrow, that's a step in the right direction. But when you keep on telling yourself the story that is not true, it is the story that has fueled your circumstances this far. And it's okay. Your circumstances may not be the best, but that doesn't have to be the end of your story. Today and tomorrow is a different day. And that's when growth happens. That's when you realize, and even if you don't see it as growth, but coming to these calls, surrounding yourself with other people that are here to lift you up, not bring you down, to help you and see what is possible if you choose to take this business and run with it. Yeah, it's not the do all end all, but you know what? I swear I did a story. And I talked about, like, nobody talks about, and forgive me because that's just me, I cuss. I said, nobody talks about the real shit. Everybody talks about all the good, the great, everything is that ain't real. That's the highlight reel. But you have to tell yourself that life is going to happen. I don't care if you're in Scentsy or you're working a 9 to 5. Guess what, boo-boo? It's going to happen. And things are going to put you on your back. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's going to put you on your back. But guess what? Who you are and the story you're telling yourself is what is going to make you move forward. I don't even, like, right now, take Scentsy out of it. Take the business out of it. This is life. Like, I don't care if you know that you got to get up and go to that 9 to 5 to feed your kids, right? We have to do that. So why shouldn't you be that on fire about your business that, for me, it feeds my kids. It gives my kids all the extras that I wouldn't have not having this business. And that's the thing. If that is you, obviously, if you're a hobbyist, I don't think you stayed on the call this long. So I am preaching to the people that need to be here and need to hear it, because, guys, again, it's taken a lot. It takes a lot. Like, if somebody would have told me that this is a self-improvement business, I would have said you're crazy. But you know what? Who I was 10 years ago is not who I am today. And that doesn't mean that I don't have struggles. That doesn't mean that life doesn't happen. That doesn't mean that my life couldn't be turned upside down tomorrow. But the difference is the story that I'm going to tell myself. Like, you know what? You were beat down. They beat you down, but I'm going to tell you something. As long as this heart is beating, I'm going to get up and I'm going to keep it moving. Like, you're not going to there ain't nobody on this earth that has the capability to make Jessica say, you can't do something. Nah, maybe I might struggle. Maybe it may take me longer to get there. Maybe I might have a whole bunch of bumps and bruises because it was just my journey. But as long as I have a heartbeat, I'm going to keep it moving and I'm going to keep on going. And that's the thing, is that so many people get stopped and paralyzed from what they feel is what their life has brought them to right now. And you got to erase all that. Like, your life brought you to where you're at right now because that was your journey. That was your story. That was what was supposed to happen. But guess what? What is supposed to happen in the future is going to happen also. But how you choose to tell your story is what is going to be your journey. And if you're sitting here telling yourself that you cannot do it, that you can't get recruits, that you can't build a team, that you can't be a great leader, you're going to continue not doing the things that you need to do to fuel your business forward. So if you leave with anything tonight, I want you to leave with the story that you keep on telling yourself is, if it's bad, you need to rewrite that shit. Like, you need to switch it up. You can't continue telling your story that is not going to push you and move you to do better tomorrow. I don't care. I'm not talking about Scentsy. I'm talking about in life. If you're telling yourself that you ain't gonna amount to anything, if you're telling yourself you're not good enough, if you're telling yourself I'm bad at this, I'm bad at that, you need to stop it. You need to change that story. And the story you tell yourself is gonna be what you wanna be, what you wanna do, how you wanna live in the future, how you wanna touch people, how you wanna share this business with somebody else so they can reap this community, this family, this everything that we have here. And I'm going to be honest with you, and I can only preach or speak for the leaders that I know that are my right hand, which is Lucy. And I'm going to tell you every single thing that we get up and do, guys. Like, I want you to understand something. When we kind of come hard at you guys and we get aggressive and we say, like, bro, like, stop with the excuses. I don't want you guys to feel like all they're worried about is, you know, this or a promotion or that. It is never like that. It is always, like I said, right now, I don't care if Jessica goes and sells anything for the rest of the month or all of November. My thing is, I want her to feel like she can come to a community and know that we're going to lift her up, and that she don't need to tell her story, that yes, life is hard. Yes, her son had a tragic accident, but every day we got a choice to switch our mindset. Guys, life is going to happen. It is going to happen. There's no way around it. You can make every excuse in the book why you're not going to do something. Or why, no, I can't do it because life hit me. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do it. And I get it. I did that for a long time. But guess what? Growth happens when you say enough is enough. And I need to flip the script. Like, I need to flip the script. And I need to tell myself the story that I got this, that I'm going to eventually become a director. Maybe not, you know, tomorrow, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to bust my back to get to where if that's what you want to do. And if director is not the thing, well, then whatever your goal is, work for that. If your goal is to make $500 a month, tell yourself, I'm going to do whatever I need to get up to bust my ass to eventually make $500 a month. Or if your goal is, I just want to have a little bit of alone time for myself because I struggle with my kids, I struggle with my 9 to 5, and this is my happy place. Get up and tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to do a little Scentsy tomorrow because that is my happy place. That's my story. It is not the one that you keep on telling yourself that you cannot do something. It just isn't. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys, because I just feel like right now I see a lot of struggle. And again, apart from Scentsy, I don't care about Scentsy. Like, yes, do I want us all to succeed? Do I want us all to make more money? Hell yeah, I do. But not at the expense of you telling your story that is not what you want your story to be.
So it's Lucy. I'm gonna jump in real quick if you're done. But are you done? Because
where you at so I can spotlight you?
Okay. I'm in the car. It's super dark, so I just have the video. I guess I could go ahead and try to just be super dark. I just want to share my struggles with you right now. I know many of you guys, I know it's probably already cause ended. I'm sorry. Lie. I'm being a mom, and I just left a football game, and I haven't been home since 5:30 this morning. So when I hear people say I'm too busy, I want to laugh in their face because they just don't know the shoes I walk in every freaking day, and the life that I live every freaking day, and the struggles I go through every freaking day. Many of y'all have heard my story of why I joined Scentsy, and I've told y'all many times that your story, your why changes throughout your Scentsy journey. I'm not going to share my why, because again, it changes. But I want to share my struggles with you, and I'm gonna just try to put it in 5 minutes. I may leave a lot out, but the highlights of it. For one, is when I joined Scentsy, I didn't have the extra money, right, to have my kids in sports. I joined Scentsy for that, but I didn't have the extra money to do a lot of things. I was living paycheck by paycheck. I mean, struggling at that to live paycheck by paycheck. You know, I got married, and no judgment, because only God could judge me. So I don't care if y'all judge me or what, but this is my story, and I'm happy with it. You know, I was married. I got married in 2011. I was with the man for a couple years. Great man to two of my kids. I have 6 kids, so good person to 2 of my kids. But the love for one another wasn't there, as you know, as a husband and wife should have. So the last 4 years of being in that relationship was the most miserable time in my life. And if you personally know me, you know that, you know, Jessica was there. Like, she's proven fact of how miserable as a person I was. But I never put Scentsy on the back burner until I had to get my life right. I had to stop doing everything else and find myself, right? So I went through a divorce. We lived for 3 years together, but we weren't together. And it was a struggle for me. I hated myself as a person. I felt like a bad person. I felt like I was doing wrong all the time. But I will say that I feel like being stuck in that relationship was blocking me from my blessings. It was blocking me from my success that God had planned for me. Wish the man the best. But when I got out of that relationship, my life did a whole 360. Love started pouring down on me. I loved myself all over again. I loved my business all over again. I was able to focus on a clear mind on my business and on my children, on my family. And things have changed. But through that relationship, or just through the life at that time, it was so much on my plate. I adopted 3 kids. The first one, he was 4 years old when I adopted him, and it was planned. I knew that I was going to take him in, right? I was fighting for him. I was contacting CPS. I was looking for him, all the things, right? 5 years ago, on October 26th, was my daughter's birthday, and we had just finished singing happy birthday to her, and I got a call that if I would like to go meet my new nephew in the hospital. I hadn't seen my niece in 4 years. So it was like, yeah, I would like to go see my nephew. I don't know about my niece because we haven't seen each other for a very long time. But I didn't even know who, like, I thought it was a doctor. Like, I was just like, okay, yeah, I'll go see my nephew. Why not? Well, when I get there, it's a CPS caseworker. They sat me down and they said, would you like to take this baby in? How could I say no, right? But I wasn't prepared for it. Like, I said yes right then and there. We signed paperwork. I went home that night. He had to be hospitalized for 2 months because he was born with drugs in his system. So the baby stayed there for 2 months, and there I was every day within a certain hours that they would let me go visit him. I was there for him. So I had that amount of time, 2 months, to get ready to bring a baby home that I didn't plan 9 months to have, because I wasn't pregnant with him for 9 months. So he came home. It was pretty, it wasn't easy. I had to adjust a lot of things, my job, my schedule, my kids, a lot of things changed in our household. But that was a struggle going through that. So it wasn't easy. A couple years later, same thing. I had to take in my niece, and I only had a day. I didn't know she was pregnant this whole time. I only had one day to they knocked on the door. My mom answered it. My mom was like, no, she can't take no more. She has a lot on her plate. She's going through a divorce. She's having a hard time in life right now, because again, I was at my lowest point in life. And my mom told the CPS, no, get out of here. She can't take no more kids. Enough's enough. When my mom called me to tell me that, I felt horrible. I felt broken. I was like, just because my life is so fucked up right now, that it's not her fault. Like, I have to get her. How am I gonna get her? How am I gonna buy milk? How am I gonna buy Pampers? I had to come up with a crib, clothes, bassinet, everything that a newborn baby needs. I had 4 hours to come up with it that day when I called and said, okay, I'll take my niece in. Let me just take you back to my finances at that time. I was living basically off between $3 to $8 a week is what I had left from after our paychecks and paying bills. So I remember calling my friend Carrie and Jessica and just crying, like, how am I going to do this? How? I didn't know how, but I just knew I had to do it. And I remember kidding with Jessica, like, let me just make $5,000 with Scentsy. Once I make $5,000 with Scentsy, guys, it's not about the money, but I'm going to tell you, when you have the money, you're more comfortable and you have more of a clear mind. Like, okay, you have more confidence. Like, okay, this could happen. I could do this. This could make a plan. I could save money. I didn't have a savings account. I didn't know what it was to save money. People were like, you need to save money. How the fuck am I going to save money? I ain't got no money to save. Like, that was my circumstances at that time. And here I am, like, I got everything together, not just me. I had so much help from Scentsy consultants all around the world that were my friends and seen my Facebook page post. I was getting Pampers every day from Target being delivered. So many people came and dropped off clothes and crib and all the things. And then they told me that I couldn't get her. She was already in a foster home. I had to fight for a month for her to finally come home. She came home, and again, it wasn't easy. It is not easy from having 3 kids to 6 kids. That shit is hard, and it's hard every damn day. And it's hard to work my business every day because they have to come first. I have to work around their schedule, and I work. Last week, I had 2 deaths in the family. I have a broken foot that I'm so frustrated on wearing a boot. Might need surgery, and I'm scared as heck about it because I'm going to have to be off my feet for 8 to 10 weeks, and that's not an option for me. I can't do that. But I have not stopped working my business. I turn to Scentsy when I'm happy. I turn to Scentsy when I'm mad. I turn to Scentsy when I'm excited. I turn to Scentsy when you guys inspire me. I turn to Scentsy for every single thing. You know what I do? And I just started this a couple weeks ago because I'm like, I'm always going and going and going and going. And normally we have a Marco Polo, Jessica, myself, and some other leaders. And we'll normally share, like, what are we going to do today? What are we going to do today? And I always feel so behind because I don't work as fast as a lot of people. I don't get, like, you have to tell me 2 to 3 times for me to get certain things. And that's okay. That's me. I'm special that way. But I'm like, I'm always on the go, and I'm like, what did I do for Scentsy today? What did I do for my business today? So I started writing things down, writing what I have done, not what I want to do, but what I have done. And that lets me know I'm working my business. Last week was so hard. I was crying to Jessica and Marissa and Kim, like, hard, because I just lost my niece that I have her kids last year. And so this year around this time is the first year that I'm dealing with this. And I had 2 deaths in the family last week. So it brings all that back. Being at a funeral home, planning for a funeral, and all that. If you ever lost someone so close to you, you know what I'm trying to say. You know the memories that come back, the heartache that never goes away, and it just comes right back. So it's been tough for me. It's been a tough week for me for the last 2 weeks. But I have not stopped working my business, and I'm not. Just like I still have to get up and go to the work tomorrow. I got to get up at 5 in the morning to take my kids to school and go to work. Why not work my business? Why not work something that's bringing 7 times more income than my 8 to 5 job? You may ask, why are you still working? I like it. But you still have to go to work. You still have to clock in. Why am I going to go clock in at a job that, yes, I like it because I'm dealing with kids and it's at a school. It's not a bad job. But why am I?
Dang it, I think we lost her. Lucy, can you hear? We can't hear you. Crap. Oh, there you go. Okay.
I don't know what happened. But yeah, so why am I going to go work, not work my business, but yeah, go to a job and go clock in at a job and not come home and work my business? I'm not going to do that. Like, Scentsy is my life. And I may not have time for it, but guess what? I make time for it. And I fit that into my lifestyle of how I live every day. I don't block a certain hours. I wish I could do that, but that's just not how Lucy's world works. I can't do that. So I just make it work. So whatever you're going through, like Jessica said, it's up here, and it's right here. Because if you don't have the heart for the business, you ain't gonna last. You don't have that mindset for the business, sorry, but you're not gonna last during these hard times. Because the hard times and the struggles is what's gonna make you. It's what's gonna make you, it's what's gonna transform you, it's what's gonna put you, like, have y'all seen that picture? I think it's a picture where, like, there's a builder and he's digging and he gives up too quick, but like just one more time, that pot of gold or whatever it is, it's right there. That's what I always think of when I'm struggling, when I'm crying, when I'm sad, when I'm mad, when things are not going my way, when I want to give up on certain things in my business because I feel like I'm not the perfect leader. And, maybe just leadership is just not my thing. Bullshit, I'm gonna make it my goddamn thing. My sales, I can't reach 2,000. I can't reach 3,000. I'm gonna keep working for it. I have not hit 3,000, but I've been very, very close. And just trying different things, learning different things, learning hard things. I'm still working. Even though I've been in the business for 10 years, I'm still learning. I'm still working on trying to do all the new things that come around. Things change. You can't just get stuck on a basket party. Your business is not going to stay afloat just doing a basket party. You got to learn new things every single time. So I just want to say all of you guys are so blessed to have amazing leaders in our group that share and that are really real, raw, and transparent with you guys. And we're not just bragging about our success. Like, we're telling you the real deal. There's a lot of sweat, tears, and fights within ourselves that has gotten to us where we are today. So when you have a bad day, turn to your business. When you are like just mad or sad or whatever it may be, turn to your business. Let those or people talking down on you, talking down on your business, oh, Scentsy this, Scentsy that, let that push you and motivate you to turn and work harder on your business. Prove people wrong. And I don't mean it in a bad way or in a negative way, but prove people wrong. And if you have something blocking you, maybe it's time to let that person or that thing or whatever it is, let it go. Let it go, because that could be blocking you from your success and stealing your joy. And you're not going to be able to give 100 at whatever it is, whether it's sincere, whatever it is. Just know that we're on here, we're in this business for a reason. And so many people quit right when things are about to happen for them. And I look back and I'm like, God, if I was to quit all those times where I just wanted to quit because I didn't ever feel worth, I didn't believe in myself enough at that time. Like, how stupid would I be like right now? Like, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. And I just want to work twice as hard. And I just want that success for all of you guys, because it's so possible. If I could do it, man, my son Bubba could do it. Like, seriously.
Lucy,
But I just
can I share something?
Yes, go ahead.
When you said don't quit, it reminded me of something. I'm a court reporter, and I know there's several court reporters that are on the call tonight. And there's a saying that being a court reporter is like riding a bike, except the bike is on fire, everything is on fire, and you're in hell. That's what it feels like when you're going through court reporting school. It can be very, very hard. And there's this one poem that is one of the things that helped me get through school. And so I wanted to share it because I think it falls in line with what you were saying. It's called Don't Quit. And it says, when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a fellow turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out. The silver tint in the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It might be near when it seems so afar. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit.
Wow.
Love it.
I would read that every day while in court reporting school because I was one out of 47 students to graduate. So
I love that.
It's hard. And I know Scentsy can seem hard even, when we have life and stuff. So that I'd share.
I love it. Can you share that on our page, please?
I just told her that. I think I need that I need that.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you. That was deep. Thank you. But yes, guys, just don't quit. Do the things, stay on these calls, take something from these calls. Just know that you're not alone. I know that other people have it way worse than me. I know. I mean, I just forgot to mention I had COVID, over the summer. Literally thought I was gonna die. I was crying on my knees for that next breath. But just know that someone else is at a worse situation, and just know that whatever you're going through, and pray for everyone, but just know that whatever hardships you're going through, it's temporary. It's temporary, and it is up to you to change. to change that situation. It's okay to stay down and cry, because trust me, I'm the biggest crybaby. I cry on my way to work. I cry on my way home. I cry. But it's the action you take behind it. And you need to make that mind strong, and you need to have that heart. So I just wanted to share my struggles with you guys, because I'm not really one to always tell you my success. I appreciate those that, recognize me, because I don't get that recognition. So again, thanks to Jessica for giving me that recognition today. But I don't know. I guess I like to look back at my struggles, and then I feel I'm happy. I smile like I did that, So just don't give up. This business isn't easy, but it's fun. It could be fun. You have to make that fun, and you just have to have the passion for it. So I just wanted to share that. Sorry if I went way over. I've been driving, so yeah.
I'm sure everybody was. I'm telling you, I feel like we needed one of these self-reflective trainings. We've had a lot of how-tos. Does anybody want to? I know we're already ran over, but anybody who wants to get out, they can. Does anybody have any questions? Do you have anything you want to say before we go? Alrighty, guys. Well, with that being said, I will. I know somebody asked about the call last week. I will share that link, and I will get this up. And just like Lucy said, guys, tomorrow is a different day. Who cares what's happened? Sulk in whatever's going on if you must, but if your story you're telling yourself is not serving you, you got to flip the script. And I hope you guys go hard the rest of the few days. Saturday, I believe, is the last day of the month. You can still make a lot of things happen by Saturday. So thank you guys for staying on here and investing in your business. I can't, say it enough that, like, one thing rang true and consistent through what everybody said in the beginning was connection to these calls is what fuels you for the week to get out there and work your business when everything is happening. So I hope you guys push and stay getting on calls and inviting your team to get on calls, and even sharing the recording, because sometimes I get it. Life happens or you can't with work, and that's okay. But the recording is always an option. So I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.